It seems like the AEW CM Punk beef will never die, as the voice of the voiceless referenced Jack Perry and the AEW All In incident on Monday Night Raw. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. There will be a Raw review up very shortly, and we'll see how that went. Big 8 matches, all of them boring. And yeah, I'm actually just bored about talking about it for 10 seconds, let alone 15 minutes, which it probably will be later on in the review. But let's talk about this, shall we? Because CM Punk was obviously talking about Drew McIntyre again. I'm not going to cover too much of the segment because I don't want to, spoil the Raw review, so to speak. But of course, he was talking about Drew McIntyre, and he said Drew McIntyre obviously lost his belt at WrestleMania in 5 minutes 46, right? And CM Punk's like, I'm not trying to make that a thing, but I kinda am. He's joking about it. Then he makes reference to the fact that because Drew McIntyre lost the belt, and he's been a bit of a loser in WWE recently, he's a choke artist. Then he looked at Pat McAfee and he went, but not the same sort of choke artist that I am. And then he left like a 5 second pause in there for like the fans to react, and they didn't react. And it's like, what is going on here? Right, there's numerous things to dissect here. So obviously CM Punk's fired a dig at Jack Perry. He's saying that he's a different sort of choke artist because he's the guy that choked Jack Perry. Well, Drew McIntyre chokes on victories, right? So obviously CM Punk, I mean, that's a pretty good line, right? But the problem is, like, see these WWE crowds, maybe unless it's Leon, they don't understand these AEW references. CM Punk has done, I'm not saying he's done like millions of them, but see, since he's come back, he's referenced like AEW, the All In incident, even like the other one, Brawl Out. He's mentioned them like in sly digs, but the crowd just don't get them, and he needs to steer away from them. See, unless you're going to actually like directly address them, the crowd probably won't understand. Like, it's a throwaway comment. Like, there'll probably be a lot of people in the Raw crowds, right? They're just out for a day with their family. Like, I'm not saying that they're not all proper wrestling fans in here. I wouldn't even consider them. I mean, I'm a proper wrestling fan, but I just don't like this modern day stuff, right? But there's a lot of people, I think, that'll be in WWE crowds that are just there for, like, something to do at night. And, they still sell it, so, I mean, I'm not going to bash them most of the time. I mean, in AEW, I do think most of the people that go to AEW shows are, like, diehard AEW fans, and, I mean, there's not a lot of people that go to it, so when they do these sort of references, their fans are going to get it because they can't stay off the dirt sheets. But this, I think CM Punk needs to steer away. I do, because it's pathetic. It's a good line, but the fans aren't getting it, and it's now about 5 times he's done this, and the fans just haven't got it. Like, unless you're actually going to properly address it. Like, I get it, I like wee references, right? But the fans didn't get this. You could hear a pin drop. And the crowd was shit tonight, and that's what you notice. Seeing you go for like an overseas show, like Leon, we did bash it to a degree, because I think some of the stuff they're doing is cringe, right? But you can't take away the excitement the fans actually had, and how much better they made the pay-per-view, which, by the way, we thought was incredibly boring and pretty stale. But, you take the fans out of that and you replace it with any generic American crowd, it would suck. It would. The crowds do make or break a show. Like, yeah, if you get good wrestling, right, the show's still going to be, right, well, I say good wrestling, right? None of this flippy dippy push. I'm talking about storylines and, actual entertainment. But if you get that, the crowd obviously matters a bit less, but no rarely, if you get that, the crowd are going to be into it. Seeing you watch the Ruthless Aggression, right, in the Attitude Era, the crowd are buzzing, man, they're into it. Seeing you watch it today, I don't know, it just feels very fucking flat, man. But he's referenced it, it's fell flat on its back. I think he probably needs to call it a day, CM Punk, when it comes to these references, because no one's getting it. And I say no one's getting it. The fact that AEW have completely embraced this storyline with Jack Perry and the Elite going up against, Kenny Omega and Tony Khan, you can guarantee that there's going to be a reference to this on Dynamite. There is. And you know what? We're here for it. Fog Wrestling will be here for it. But what do you guys think? Do you think that CM Punk should reel this in and not do any more? Because the crowd just don't get it. He's going to have to mention, even if he mentioned fucking Jack Perry by name, I'm not convinced half the crowds and WWE crowds would understand who he's on about. Anyway, Raw, very soon. Till next time. Give it a big like, big comment, and a big subscribe.